Morning guys, John here. Just want to give you an update on what's been going on with the van. I had it down the shop there with Mark, and the engine that was in it was out of a 91. Wiring loom was a big mess, and we just had to, so I looked at trying to get a new computer for that engine, and trying to look at rewiring it, but in the end it's just become too much, so it was just easier to start again with another second-hand motor, which we've replaced the belt on it, the timing belt, water pump, the rollers, new plugs. Yeah, everything was done, so once you put the motor in it, it's all good and going. The last wiring loom that was in this was a real mess. It was all bunched up at the back. There were cut wires. It was very hard to diagnose. It does have the flashing light system that Subaru allows you to put two plugs together, and you can diagnose trouble codes, which I have that in here. I've still got to mount the light, but this little light here, you can see it. Just here. This little guy flashes whenever I've got a code. If I turn the ignition on, it comes on, and it should go out when the engine starts. So I just wanted to get it ready. We had the Gold Coast Car Show the other day. It wasn't about the Gold Coast Car Show, it was more about just getting it ready, so it pushed me along a little bit more. So here's the new engine. Move out of the way so you're not in the... So it's actually an EJ20. It's a single overhead cam. It's out of a 2004 Liberty. They put out about 130, 140 horsepower. Might be wrong on those figures. It's got the computer. I don't know if you can see it there. Mounted that inside a box. Also the OBD2 connectors there as well, so you can plug in a scan tool and read any faults, codes, what the temperature's doing. The fans are also controlled by the OBD2 as well. So as soon as it hits 95 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 95 degrees Celsius or 200 degrees Fahrenheit, the fans will kick in. All the wiring has been really improved, like you can't even see any wiring up the back there. It's all bled, it's all holding really well. Only problem I've got right now is I've got the 2-litre gearbox which is in it. It's out of a 74 Kombi, is leaking, and it leaks straight on top of the exhaust. So I'll show you what's happening there. So underneath I've got this is the catalytic converter. The O2 sensor is also plugged into the computer, so it's reading what the gases are before they enter the catalytic converter, and mixes the air-fuel ratio as well. So that's all sorting itself out. The gearbox, which you can see behind it, it's actually dripping out of that CV, out of the flange, or where it's mounted to the box. It's weeping out of there and dripping straight on top of that exhaust and causing a bit of smoke. So there's actually oil. You can see it's a little bit shiny there on the bottom of that catalytic converter. Look, it wouldn't really bother me if it was dripping all the time, but I've got the gearbox full now, so it's right up to the full plug line. I think the problem, is that it's on a bit of an angle, and it's just getting thrown up there. So I do have a catch can up the top there as well, capturing any sort of the oil. As the gearbox breathes, the
the catch can sort of picks up any sort of oil and all that sort of thing. So that's what's going on there. So looking at possibly doing a conversion on that as well, taking that out and putting a Subaru gearbox in it, 5-speed, make it, give it a bit longer legs, and yeah, also eliminate my dripping problem. No one likes to be dripping. The other thing is these rear drums are drum brakes, so I'm looking at placing them as discs. So I'll just show you what they look like. So this is pretty much one side of the kit. I've got this off John Sherman up on in Labrador there. It's a solid piece, and basically he machines it to whatever size you want. Uses the hub, the rear hub off the 74 Kombi with the splines. Apparently these are they're getting harder and harder to find, because basically what happens is he needs these hubs to make the whole assembly. He turns them down. So basically, yeah, you've got a backing plate, retaining clip here. This is for the handbrake cable. New line. This is the actual caliper itself. It's ready to go. Yeah, that'll mount obviously on the side here like this. And you know, with the fact that the engine's in the back, it's going to really help with braking, and you know, also keeping all that weight transferred to the back of the car, and hopefully that's the plan anyway. He swears by them. He's got them on all of his Kombis and Beetles over the time. So yeah, the other cool thing is the temperature gauge as well. Is now connected to the computer. So whenever this hits 200, it goes. So you probably want to hear it, and actually it starts first time. Let's have a crank. Hear the fuel pump. You hear it drop down. It's a lot quieter. Idling really nicely. 700 RPM right now. So very quick to respond. Anyway, that's the update. Any questions? Happy to answer them. Alright. Take care. See ya. Hey guys. Started it up. Have a go for a little drive. The new EJ20. If you hear a bit of wind noise, sorry, I've just got you clamped to the window. Just got to close my gate. Go up to a little place. It's a nice little drive. It gets moving. Just really want to try and get the gearbox right and all that stuff right.
So I want to go camping next year, so just got a little bit of traffic here. Let's wait for this car. As soon as you get loose, you get traffic on that side, then they start coming this side. Alright, now we're on. A little bit of a whining, but it's the fact it idles, it's not spluttering, it's not trying to stall, it just makes it a whole lot more safer to drive. It was dangerous before. See the road ahead and got a check light on. Now it's running. So this is actually, this restaurant here was a very famous restaurant called Pancho's, but I think Pancho's is closed, not running anymore. You can't really see too much, but it's like an American guy had it, and he had all the traditional sort of Mexican style food, but he sold the business and now it's sort of run down to nothing. Alright, thanks for the ride.